A little independent American comedy called Theatre Camp is set in a summer retreat for dramatically inclined kids. It's clear that just about everyone involved in the film had done time at some sort of theatre camp and had had the world's greatest time there. So they assumed that, like the musical at the heart of this movie, it would pretty much write itself.
What up, Adirondack? Listen up. Squad, gang, maybe zip it.
Sadly, an all-improvised mockumentary film like this only really works if it's done by Christopher Guest. And even Guest doesn't always pull it off.
Can we just get you guys to shit?
Oh, what a beautiful night.
Oh, that was dope.
Theatre Camp opens when Joan, who runs a struggling summer school, is suddenly hospitalised at the start of the season. Joan's place is taken by her dopey son Troy, described as a clueless tech bro. I have no idea what a tech bro is, but it clearly has nothing to do with theatre. Fortunately, the camp's teachers step into the breach.
Welcome, auditioners.
You guys are so talented, so unbelievable. This will break you. This will fully destroy you.
Congratulations on being the most talented kids at camp.
They are not quite couple, Amos and Rebecca Diane, played by Ben Platt and Molly Gordon, who also devised Theatre Camp. I say devised, no one seems to have actually written or directed it.
We only have 3 weeks to create a masterpiece. It's on you now. All on you.
Let's do this.
And cue cocaine.
There are 2 undernourished storylines in Theatre Camp. The first involves getting an original show up by the end of the month. Naturally, it's a musical because that's pretty much how everyone at the self-explanatory Theatre Camp seems to roll.
We're going to need to prioritise the musicals, which means the straight plays are going to have to be acoustic.
Quick question, what's a straight play?
There are musicals and then there are straight plays.
So then what would be a gay play?
I guess a musical.
Oh, cool.
As the musical advances in fits and starts, behind the scenes the camp is hopelessly in debt. And tech bro Troy keeps coming up with feckless business plans, often involving the kids, trying to get the place to pay for itself.
That's a good song choice. I do believe her as a French prostitute.
Amos,
Oh, I'm sorry. Sex worker.
thank you.
But both stories keep being derailed by theatrical reminiscences. The trouble with improv is that it's all in the moment. You may come up with a promising idea, but then it's suddenly superseded by a new one.
Starfish, starfish, jiggle like a jackal, jiggle like a jackal.
These are the things we can do with masks.
These people are really weird.
For example, there's Janet, a new teacher who arrives on day 1, played by Ayo Edebiri, Sydney in the TV series The Bear. Now, what if Janet has completely cooked her CV and knows virtually nothing about acting or teaching?
How did you learn stage combat?
Oh, man. It's hard to even say because I've been doing it for so long.
I totally.
Yeah.
How about accent work?
Oh, well, I can do it for you.
That's really neat. How about horseback riding? Jousting?
Yeah.
Is that like with
That is with those, yeah.
And then when did you learn how to juggle?
Well, there was a fire at my house, and that's sort of how I dealt with the trauma.
Well, I'm afraid that remains in the what-if category, since nobody seems to have any idea or interest in how to develop it. 1 minute it's there, and then it's gone. Same with the talented kids in Theatre Camp, who are mostly left flailing with a bare minimum of material to work with.
Sad news, I will not be doing piercings anymore in the hut because there's a narc amongst us. Cassie has narked. It's totally fine.
It'll Come Right on the Night may work with a live show playing to an audience made up of friends and family, but it's not what creates even a high school musical, let alone a Fame, a 42nd Street or a Singin' in the Rain. There's got to be some structure under the ad-libs and what-ifs.
You need to know that only 3% of people make it. The rest end up in a mental facility or on a go-go box in Hell's Kitchen.
But the main thing theatre camp depended on was an audience knowing what a theatre camp actually is. The film is littered with inside references that slipped past me, and I suspect past anyone whose knowledge of live musicals is limited to, we can put on a show right here in this barn, and, oh no, the star's lost her voice. Who can possibly step up to replace her?
This is a complete disaster.
Everything is gonna be okay.
It doesn't work okay.
We're theater people. We know how to turn cardboard into gold.
With the best will in the world, and that really is what I went into theatre camp with, believe it or not, you can only go so far with a show that assumes you know and care more than you do. Too many half-baked characters and underdeveloped ideas, culminating in a final act that's implausible even by musical theatre standards. In other words, not enough theatre and too much camp.
You think this is fun and games?
It's not fun. It's art.
Minor housekeeping issue. Whoever stole my CBD gummies, please return that. I'm pretty sure I know who it was.